morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's not morning. I don't know what time it is because I have a banana loaf in the oven and I have a timer set, but it's after 1. It's later than I thought. It's 1:34. The kids will be getting home before too long. I'll have to leave in about an hour. So the kids are all in school. It is their 4th day of school. So they went Thursday and Friday of last week, and then it's currently Tuesday. So last week I had Dave home, and then yesterday I went for groceries after I dropped them off, and then I went and hung out with my mom for a bit, and then by the time I got home, I only had like 2 hours before the kids got home from school. But today's my first day adjusting to this new routine of everybody in school, and I'm not gonna lie, I dropped Emily off this morning and I had a bit of a cry after I dropped her off. Anyway, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it, but I just looked back at their seats in the back of my van and just thinking how quickly that time of my life has passed. It blows me away how quick the time goes. Anyway, my day at home has been good. I came home, I picked up a coffee, and I came home and I got started working in Audrey's and Emily's room. I was like, I'm gonna keep myself distracted, and so I went in there and I stripped their beds and cleaned all the toys and just a bunch of stuff that needed to be cleaned out of their room, and got a bunch of laundry done, and I have their sheets down in the dryer. I need to make up their beds. I have a banana loaf in the oven, and I've just been staying busy. There's lots here to keep me busy, that is for sure, but I'm glad that I have Ginger here, so a little bit of company because the house is just so quiet. Welcome if you're new here. If you are new here, my name is Lindsay. I am a mom of 4, and our youngest just started pre-primary last week, so it's just a little bit different here, but it's going to be good. I'm going to get into a new routine, and I'm going to be able to just do things that I haven't been able to do. I'm going to try and focus on my house here this week because over summer I didn't do much cleaning at all. I don't even know if a mop touched my floor this summer. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but we were busy having fun and enjoying family time and just enjoying summer, and I knew that all the dirt and all the mess would be here waiting in the fall. So anyway, I do have a banana loaf in the oven. I thought the kids might enjoy having something homemade when they came home from school, and I just kind of tried to busy myself with things for them today. So I thought I would work on Audrey and Emily's room, and they would appreciate coming home and having nice fresh beds and a tidy room. And then I thought make a banana loaf, and the kids always like when they come home to some baked goods. I was going to make some cookies. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time for that or not. I want to get supper started and get that made so that when they do get home from school, I can have all that stuff done and I can just enjoy spending time with them. Jacob has a baseball game tonight, but it's not till 7 o'clock. But Dave just called and said that he's going to be working late, so hopefully it works out. Hopefully he gets home in time so that only one of us has to go to the baseball field, because 7 o'clock is a little late for the younger ones to be going to a ball game. That is everything that is happening here lately. I have to decide whether I want to make cookies and figure out what I'm going to do with some ground beef. I took some ground beef out to thaw, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I took my sourdough starter out of the fridge last night and fed it, so it bubbled up nicely overnight. I wasn't sure how it would be. It sat in the fridge for pretty well most of the summer. I don't think I've made anything with it since probably July because it was just too hot. So I took it out of the fridge last night and I dumped the hooch off it. The hooch is like the brownish liquid. I didn't have very much on it at all. Apparently you can stir that back in, but I dumped it out. And then some of the sourdough starter looked like it was not moldy, but just a little bit dark. So I did scrape some of it off. So I didn't have very much to start with. But anyway, it did bubble up and it rose a little. So I'll feed it again maybe tonight. And I know the family is looking forward to some sourdough bread. It's been a long time. I decided I am going to mix up some chocolate chip cookies. This is actually, I put some white chocolate chips in my banana loaf, and then I just dumped the rest in here. So there's some white chocolate chips, and then there's a few dark chocolate chips in the bottom of the bag too. So I'm just going to use a mix of white and semi-sweet. Anyway, I'm using the recipe on the back of this Hershey's Chip-Its bag. This is the recipe that I always use. It's my favorite. It's really good. You can also just go on the Chip-Its website and you can find the recipe there. But I'm going to get that mixed up, and I'm going to get my ground beef cooking for supper. My cookie dough is all mixed up. I just have it sitting over here on the counter while I cook up the ground beef. I just checked my banana loaf and it's just about done. I decided that I'm gonna make some goulash for supper, so I just have my ground beef cooking here. I need to chop up an onion. I just had a tiny little bit that I chopped up and put in there. The recipe that I'm using is this easy goulash recipe. I'll try and link it below. I'll try and remember, sometimes I forget, but I think it's from I Wash You Dry. But it's a good recipe. I am altering it a little bit because it calls for 1 green bell pepper, but I think I'm just going to put in a little bit of all of these. And my mom gave me this zucchini, so I'm trying to decide whether to put that in there or whether that might not be a good idea. Anyway, I'll have to decide. We're veering off the recipe here, but my meat is in there, my onion, my garlic, and then I put in red, yellow, and orange peppers. It calls for, I can't even remember what it was now, tomato sauce. So I'm just using this pasta sauce. I'm going to get the rest of that out of there. It also calls for 2 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, which I don't have. But I'm going to add some tomato soup. Not at all the same, but I'm going to add that in there. I'll get my spatula and get the rest of that out of there as well. And then it calls for beef broth. And I don't have that either. So I do have what is this stuff called? I have Better Than Bouillon. Oh, and I think I'm going to have some of our those fresh beans that I bought yesterday. So I'm going to mix this with some water and use that instead of my beef broth, and it's all going to just taste fine. I actually have to leave here in a few minutes. I took my banana loaf out. I had to leave it in there an extra few minutes. Sometimes it takes a little longer than the hour and sometimes it doesn't. Usually it does. All right, this calls for 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. So 1, 2, 3. 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. 2 tablespoons of seasoned salt. I don't really know what that is. So I'm going to add the blend instead. Whoa. I did not mean to add that much. I've done that more than once where I've opened the spoon end instead of the sprinkly end. Hopefully that wasn't too much of that. We don't want it too salty. I'm just going to let that simmer. I'll cover it, and then when I get back I will turn it back up and put my macaroni noodles in it and let the noodles cook in there. That's why I need so much broth. And then once the noodles are cooked, we'll add some cheese, and that'll be it. So I'm gonna go pick up the kids, and I'll see you guys when I get back.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well, I will always be by your side. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
Our goulash is all ready. I just topped it with some cheese and popped it in the oven so the cheese would melt. And then I also am going to serve it with some of these green beans that I bought. And I just boiled them and I added some butter and some salt and pepper. And that is going to be supper. Well, I'm gonna end this video here. We have to head off to the baseball field. Everybody's in the van. Our supper was good. The kids loved the goulash. I think Emily had 3 helpings of that, and I cooked that whole bag of yellow beans, and even that wasn't enough. Jacob loved them. The girls want to take goulash in their lunch tomorrow, so that will be an easy lunch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for always coming back and watching my videos. If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I will see you guys in the next video.